Alright, welcome to my tutorial. This is Nick with under30wealth.com, and today I'm going to show you how to create a WordPress website or blog in under an hour. And a few things to note though: I've already purchased a domain and hosting for my website that I'm going to be building for you today, but I'm still going to walk you quickly through how to purchase a website, domain and hosting, and then how to install WordPress and set up your website from there. So the clock's gonna start in a few seconds here, but we're gonna some of the steps I've already kind of done ahead of time, but I'm still gonna walk you through them so that it kind of adds on to the clock time. So all right, let's begin. So first you want to come to under30wealth.com/resources, and this is going to be my resource page where you can find all kinds of recommendations, tools, and resources on building a website. So I recommend hosting using Bluehost, and I've got how to start a blog. I show you a tutorial on that, but that's what essentially this video is going to do for you. But you can also watch a video by video tutorial where I go more in depth than I'm going to go today. And I've got hosting website. You're going to use WordPress. I recommend some themes and several different plugins, as well as who to use for landing pages and analytics, and how to do keyword research and setting up an email opt-in list. So let's go ahead and get started. So you're going to come here and you're going to want to click Bluehost as your hosting, and it's going to bring you to this page here. So we're going to hit get started now, and you're going to see that you can purchase these three different plans. There's one that offers one website for $3.95 a month. You can get up to 10 websites for $6.95. So we're going to go ahead and pick the middle plan so that we can have multiple websites. You're going to create a new domain, or say if you have a domain. So foypropertygroup.com I already own, so it's not going to work. It's going to give me an error notification. So we'll go ahead and put in a little different extension so that it works. It's going to bring you to this page. It says sign up, congratulations. So you're going to fill out all your account information here, and then down here we're going to select a package. So if you want 12 months of hosting, it's going to be $8.95. If you want 24 months or 2 years, it's $7.95. And if you get the 3-year plan, you only pay $6.95, so it's a little cheaper. So we'll go ahead and pick 3 years, and we're going to uncheck these add-ons that we do not need. Those are extra costs. Type in your credit card and the date and the code. Go ahead and hit I confirm and hit submit. And then it's going to take you to a password creation page, because now you've bought hosting. So it's going to make you sign up for a password for your hosting account so that you can log in. So you're going to create a password, and then it's going to log you in. You're going to get logged into your Bluehost account. So the first thing you want to do is go to install WordPress. And you're going to click this big green button that says install. Alright, now you're going to need to select a domain name. So I would pick foypropertygroup.com. You're going to hit check domain. And you're going to go ahead and hit I have read in terms and conditions and hit install now. And it's going to install WordPress for you. And then it's going to take you to a screen that gives you your credentials. So it's going to give you your URL to your website, so foypropertygroup.com. Then it's going to give you the admin login URL. So it's going to be your URL, so foypropertygroup.com /WP, which stands for WordPress, and then a dash, and then admin. So that's how you're going to get to the login page, and you're going to type in your credentials. It's going to give you your username and your password that you've set up, and you're going to be able to log in to your WordPress. So once you're logged into WordPress, you're going to see just a blank nothing here. So go into your dashboard, And the first thing we want to do is go down to settings, go to general. We're going to put in a site title, so Foy property group, and a tagline, what it's about: real estate sales and investing. And then this is already going to be like so. You can go ahead and pick a time zone, so I'll pick Indianapolis for Eastern, and you can have the default date and time format that they've set for you. Weekday starts on Monday. Site language English. All these, just leave them as they are. You don't need to touch them. Hit save changes, and then go into, you're going to want to go into all posts, and there's going to be a junk post here, which I've accidentally already deleted. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to come in here and see a junk post. You're going to hit trash, and it's now going to send you to the trash can, because you don't want that blog post on your website. It's just a sample. And the same thing for pages. So come here to pages, go to all pages, and there's going to be a post here, sample page. You're going to hit trash, and then I went ahead and permanently deleted it, so that's why it's not showing up anywhere. It says 0. So once you've deleted your sample blog post and your sample page, now we're pretty much square away. We want to go get a theme next, so click themes, and you're going to go here to add new theme. So you can search anything. You can search the featured themes here. You've got a list of featured themes. You've got popular themes. What are a lot of people using as their themes right now. You've got the latest, favorites, and then premium are going to be paid themes, which I recommend some paid themes for you on my resource page here, Genesis and the thesis theme. So you can come to my resource page and click these links to check out both of those themes. But for this, we're just going to type in magazine, and it's going to bring in a magazine style theme. We'll go with this one, X Event Magazine. That looks pretty cool. So you can go ahead and hit preview to look at it ahead of time, or you can install it. So go ahead and install it. So this is a free theme. It's going to say downloading install package, unpacking the package, installing the theme, successfully installed theme. So it's just automatically going to load this for you, so you're good to go. You can live preview it if you want to make sure. If not, you can return to theme installer and find a new theme. Otherwise, hit activate. And now that you've activated a theme, you can customize it. You can decide, what color of header and menu bar and stuff like that you'd like. Next, we're going to go ahead and create some pages. So here you see dashboard, you see posts. This is where you're going to create new blog posts. Media, you're going to upload pictures and stuff here manually, or access your library full of pictures if you want to find some or edit some. Pages is going to be how you're going to create web pages. When people comment on your posts, you're going to be able to see comments here. And then appearance is the big one. It's got themes. Customize your theme. Widgets is going to be your sidebar. You can create a menu, which we'll do in a second after we create some pages. And the header, that's going to be where you put your logo. Background, you can choose if you want a different background color. Most people just leave it white. And then plugins, we'll download some plugins today for your website as well that I recommend. Users, if you want to add somebody else as an admin to your account, or give them a limited role, maybe not the admin but a different role, you can add other people so they can log in and manage the WordPress website for you or help you. Tools, there will be some plugins from time to time that end up in the tools, but most of your plugins will show up in the settings, or they're going to show up here in this sidebar. As far as how to find certain plugins and edit the settings of the plugins, that's how you're going to find them. You're going to either go to settings and see plugins, like Ask-A-Met's one that's already came with WordPress. That's a plugin. One other thing we'll do real quickly. You need to go to permalinks. So go to permalinks, and originally it's going to have it set here at plain. So this is how your URL is going to look when you create a page or post. But you want to go down here and click post name. That's going to show you foypropertygroup.com / and then the name of the post. So that's going to be the URL. These other ones are kind of messy when they have dates and stuff. It's going to be hard to tell somebody the URL with a date. So it's just simple to keep the post name. So you'll hit save changes. Alright, so let's go ahead and get to creating some pages. So I'll go to add new. I always open them in new pages so I can come back to my dashboard quickly. So we'll create a page called we'll create a home page. No, we'll just create one. We'll create a contact page first. Contact us, and we'll fill it in here. Alright, so be sure to contact me via the form below. I'd love to hear from you. So we'll go ahead and hit add new for plugins. I want to go ahead and get the contact form plugin so that I can insert a contact form into the contact page. So contact form 7. Hit install now. And hit activate plugin. Alright, so then go to settings, and we've got just original contact. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the shortcode, and we'll go back to this page here and just paste that shortcode in. So now we've got a form, and there's nothing else to do, so we'll go ahead and publish this page. And we'll view page, see what it looks like. So here we go. Contact us. Be sure to contact me via the form below. I'd love to hear from you. They're required to put their name in and their email. They can put a subject and they can put a message. And then when they fill this out, you're going to get an email. Since WordPress is hooked up to your email address, you're going to get an email when somebody gives you a comment. So here's what our theme currently looks like. You got a sidebar over here, and then you got the web page or blog post that takes up this 2/3 of the page. You're going to add a menu, and you're going to put your logo here, and it looks like you can have a top menu here as well. So we'll go ahead and be done with this page. So we'll go ahead and hit add new for pages so we get another one open. So now let's create a page called Start Here. Alright, so now we have a Start Here page. I'm going to go ahead and hit Add New. We'll go ahead and fill these pages in later. I want to go ahead and get all the basic pages created so we can go ahead and make a menu. So we've got a Start Here page. I'll do a Resources page. So the Start Here page is basically going to tell them everything they need to know about your website to get them up and running. You might want to put your social media and YouTube and stuff like that on that page so that you can get them subscribing to your different social medias, as well as maybe a newsletter. Your resources page, you're going to link a bunch of helpful resources and tools, which is, like my resource page here. I've got just tons and tons and tons of resources as far as building a website. And so here you can see my different pages and my menu. So that's what we're going to create next, is a menu once we get done adding pages. So we'll add another page. I'm going to call this one Archives, because I want an archive page in my menu so that they can see all my posts I've written and find them by month or year. Instead of having to scroll through my blog one by one, they can just quickly look through my archives and find any post they want. Now for this page, we're going to need to get another plugin. So we're going to go to Add New. And let's see, what was that one called? I think it was called Archives Cleanup. No, it was not. Alright, well, let's see here. we'll go into my dashboard. I'm going to see in my under30wealth.com website what that plugin was called real quick. So we'll scroll here to plugins, installed plugins. It was called Clean My Archives. So I was close. Clean My Archives. There it is. So we'll hit install. Hit activate. And let's see here. If it doesn't have settings in here, then you're going to have to come over here to your sidebar. So settings. I'm not seeing it anywhere over here in the sidebar either. Tools, settings. Oh, there it is. There's the shortcode. So here's the shortcode. It's right here, just in the plugin sentence itself. Clean-my archives in brackets. So we'll copy that, and we'll come back here and paste that shortcode onto this page. So now what that's going to do is it's going to give you a basically it's going to have all your archives listed on your page. You can go ahead and edit that page some more, which I might do here in a second. So I'll show you what that looks like over here on my under30wealth.com site. So I went ahead and added some text into the web page, and then this is where the shortcode starts. So it's going to just grab any blog post you've ever posted and organize it by date and month. So it's a nice archive list. You can see all the different posts. So that's essentially what it's going to do for you. Go ahead and delete that out. So let's see, what I said here was, with over 50 articles published as of October 2015, this is becoming a growing blog. Some people allege that it's a good financial blog, and thus they want to read as many of our posts as they can. This page is designed to allow you to quickly scroll through all your posts since the beginning of time, rather than having to start on our first post and go through each one by one. Enter our all-time post list. So I'm going to go ahead and just copy this since I've already written it. Otherwise, you can type out a few sentences. It will probably take just as long as I took to read that to you. I'll go ahead and get rid of this. So here we go. There, added a little bit of intro text, and now we'll hit update. So we update our page, and we'll view the page, but it's going to be blank right now because I don't have any blog posts published. So as I publish posts, they will start showing up there. So that's the archive page. Resources. We'll do, let's see here, property research. And we'll list several different resources. We'll do Zillow.com, Trulia.com, and Realtors.com. So you're going to want to link each of these. So you highlight it, and you'll hit Insert Link. So HTTP, and then // and then you type the URL. So Zillow.com. I always pick Open Link in New Tab and hit Add Link. And do the same for Trulia. So HTTP, Trulia.com, open a new link. It'll get a habit of what you do, so it already knows to open in a new page. HTTP, Realtors.com, add link. A great website platform to research properties for sale, rent, or that have recently sold. Trulia, another great platform for finding properties for sale, rent, or data on homes that recently sold. And Realtors.com, set up customized searches and get alerts when new homes come on to the market. So there, we've created a little bit of a resource page, so we can highlight and bold it. You can also add it as a header, so you would go into text and you do a closing bracket, and then a backslash h1, we'll call it a header 1. We'll make this a header 2. Header 1 comes first, then header 2, then header 3. Header 2 and 3 are like subheaders. So h2, you do it just normal, the bracket, and then just h2 bracket. Here you got to actually put a backslash to close out the tag. So we'll come back here, and now it makes this big. So we can go ahead and do full resources for your real estate needs. Or no, resources for your real estate research. So we'll come back here and make that a header 1. That way Google knows that that's the first header on the page, and then after that it's like subheaders of that page. So that's just the intro to our resource page. I can come back later and add more resources, but for now we've got a resource page and we've got an archives page. Our start here page, we'll go ahead and say welcome to Foy Property Group. This website is designed to share So this website's designed to share home information about the purchase and selling process, as well as give you tips on investing and current real estate market news. Subscribe to our newsletter for weekly and monthly updates. So we'll go ahead and put a newsletter opt-in form here shortly. Alright, now let's go ahead and create our menu now that we've got some pages made. So you can come under Appearance and there's Menus. Let's see what time we're at. We're at 22 minutes so far. So over here you're going to see the pages that you have on your website, most recently created, or you can go to View All. So it looks like they gave us a home page already, which is probably your front page of your website. We're going to go ahead and do that. We'll do archives, contact us. We'll do all 5 of these. Hit add to menu, and it's going to bring them over here. So we already had a resources page. It was a custom link, so we'll go ahead and remove that. So we've got the home, archives, contact us, resources. I'm going to rearrange these in order. So start here will be right after home, then maybe a resources page, and then archives, and then contact us. So that's the order it's going to display on my menu, and we're going to want to put it as the primary menu, and we want to give it a menu name, so we'll call it menu number 1 or menu 1. So save menu. And we'll go back out here and see what this looks like now. So anytime you click the logo, it takes you to your home page. So here we go. We got the home link, which you can see down here. If I move away, it's going to disappear, but if you look down in the left hand bottom corner, you can see a little thing that pops up that says foypropertygroup.com. So that's how you can see what link it's linking to. This one says foypropertygroup.com/start-here. You can see the link below in the left hand bottom corner of the screen. So that's our menu now. We can add more pages and build out our menu over time. Anytime you click this logo, though, it's going to bring you to your home page, or I included the home page in my menu so they can click this to get back to your home page. And then we can click this to go to our Start Here page and see what we started to write. And our resources page. Since it already had that resources, I'm going to go ahead and edit that and get rid of that header because we don't need that. So you go up here to just edit page. And we'll go ahead and delete this out. So let's check the tags, make sure, oh, see, because this went back to H1 tags. So you got to come back in here and put these into H2. So we'll update and then check out the page now. Alright, so that looks better. It doesn't look like the link colors are different than the text, so we're going to need to edit that. But it is linking, so it will take them over to Zillow.com and Trulia.com. So you can check the links, make sure they're working. Let's go ahead and see what customize will do for us. Maybe we can change the link color. So colors, header color, we'll leave that white. Background color, we'll leave white. Whoops. Go back into customize. General. Okay, here we go. Link color. We'll change this to red. We'll make it blue. That way it kind of goes with. I like that blue look. Let's see here. Oh. Blink. Let's see here. Red. Red would blend in with our theme, so I don't know that we want to do that. Alright, we'll start with red. We'll see if we're able to change this hover color. You could do a different color of red maybe so that you can tell the difference when you're hovering the link. Other than that, we'll hit back. Let's see here. Let's see, header. You could put a new logo in, so we'll go ahead and find a logo. I don't think I have one made currently, but we can go into Canva. So anytime you want to create images, Canva is a really good resource for that. So we'll see here. Let's see, they got more. They could probably have a logo template somewhere. Is there a search feature? We'll use custom dimensions. So width, we'll want our logo to be maybe 150 pixels wide, and we'll go 50 pixels tall. So design, and then we'll come here to text, and we'll say Foy property group. We'll give it some new font, so I always use Cantora 1, and we have to downsize it. It looks like to a small font. So as you can see, it's not very big, but you can mess around and edit it later. See if we can bold it. No, won't let us bold it. Okay, so then we'll go ahead and hit download. So I'm gonna go ahead and make a better logo later, but just showing you briefly, you can use Canva to put in images, text. You can make pretty cool images. That's how I make a lot of my cover images. So if you saw on my resource page, I had this cover image here that I created using Canva. I put a picture of me, I put some text in, and then I put a few more pictures in. So that's how you create a cool picture using Canva. So now that's downloaded, so we can come back to our logo and we'll select file. Well, no, we're gonna need to upload, or that works. I guess it did it anyway. So go to downloads, and I'm gonna pick Foy property group as my logo. And you can put in some alt text so that Google knows what your website is. So Foy property dash group. I always put the dashes in between, and then you can hit choose image, and let's see here, we'll go ahead and hit save and publish. So now that just stuck our logo in. Now we need to see if we can find this menu. So in menus, it doesn't look like there's any styling for it. So maybe in general again? No. Whoops. So leave that white. Yeah, I'm not sure how to find this menu. So we'll go ahead and make the link color a different color then, since we can't do red. We'll go ahead and put it some kind of a gray. Alright, so we'll save and publish. So now we've gone in here and customized the link color. If I can figure out how to change this menu background hover colors and get it off of red, then I can do my red link color like I wanted to. Next, let's go ahead. Now that we have the menu, we've got web pages we've built, and we've set up the settings, we've got a theme. So let's go back into our dashboard. Exit out of some of these. Alright, so in our dashboard, let's go back to widgets. We'll go ahead and edit the sidebar now. So it automatically comes with the search form. Let me get one page open and one as our dashboard. So you see here it's got the search bar, it's got the archives and the categories. So when we go under appearance to widgets, you'll be able to see that that's right here, recent posts, archives, categories. So I want to go ahead and put a text widget in up top here. I'm gonna probably slide the search one down to the very bottom, and with the text one I can go ahead and insert an image, a clickable image into there. So we'll go over here to Google. Google Images, and we'll type in Zillow. We'll grab a Zillow photo. So save image as Zillow. Now we got a Zillow image, so let's come back here, and in order to insert an image into your sidebar, you have to use a text widget, and you got to get some code. So you're going to want to go to pages and hit add new. That way you get a blank content area. So hit add media. Anytime you want to add a photo into your page or post, you hit add media, go to upload files, and we're going to find that photo. So should be down here at the bottom in Zillow. So we'll open, and we want a custom URL. So we're going to type in Zillow.com. That way when they click the Zillow image, it links them out to Zillow. And now it's going to show up here on the visual tab. You're going to see the image. If you come over here to the text tab, this is how everything changes into code for you. So we'll grab that code, and then if you go back here, you see it's still there, it's visual. So now we've copied that code. We'll come here to our text widget, and you can insert it, and we'll give it a title, property research, and hit save. Now ideally, as a realtor, I'm going to want to hook up my MLS to my website, so they find properties off my MLS, and then it notifies me what properties they're looking at. But since I'm not going to take the time to integrate the real estate agent resources into the website, I'm just going to use Zillow as an example. So now that should be good. So we'll come back here to our home page. You're going to go ahead and say leave page if it asks. You don't need that page anymore. So here you see our image in our sidebar, and it's clickable, so we can click it and it'll take them to Zillow. Now that does take them away from your website, so you're going to need to add in some code here to make it open to a new page. So if you just type in Google, open in new tab HTML code. It's gonna you'll find a website that quickly gives you that code. So we'll click this first one, I guess. It says open a link in a new browser. So you get the normal href, and you want this target equals blank. So you're gonna grab all that, and you're even gonna grab it up to the bracket here, start with target, highlight it past the quotation marks right before. Don't highlight that other bracket, just up to the quotation. Copy that and come back here to your widget, and it's gonna go right into here. So paste that in, and now we'll see if that works. You give a space between target and the quotation mark for the URL Zillow. So hit save, and we'll come back here and see if that works. So click the image, and now you see it popped open a new browser tab up here. So that worked. Good. So now we have an image in our sidebar. Let's go ahead and add some other widgets. If you want to do an email opt-in form in your sidebar, we're going to need to install a plugin for that. So we'll go to add new. And plugins are basically, these little cool different things you can add on to your site. They're like add-ons. So if you come here to the plugins page, you got featured, popular, recommended, favorites. There's all kinds of different plugins you can scroll through and find for your website. We'll do some more plugins shortly. So let's start with this one called Opt-in Forms, and it's by Boris Bio. It looks like this. It says Opt-in Forms. Hit install now and activate plugin. Now you're gonna find it over here. Since you installed it, it's gonna be right here in your sidebar. So we'll click on it, and you're gonna have to put in a URL with your mail service. So since I use MailChimp, which you can come over here to my resource page, down here to email list, you see I recommend Aweber, MailChimp, and ConvertKit. Currently I use MailChimp and Aweber. I use MailChimp more for my niche websites. So my Golf Practice Guides website, I have an automated newsletter for that, golfpracticeguides.com. So you can click MailChimp, and it'll take you to MailChimp.com, where you'll sign up for a free account, and you'll be able to do all these different features it shows you. You can create a campaign, you can find email form templates, you can create a list. So you're going to want to create a list, and then you're going to want to grab the URL code from the form. It'll give you like a form it gives you that they created for you, so you're going to want to find that code for that form, and there's going to be a HTTP URL in some quotation marks. You're going to copy that, and that's what's going to get pasted into here. So it'll look like this. It'll actually just have the backslashes. I had to add in HTTP and then the semicolon there, but you'll see it starts off with your list name or whatever. So paste that in there, pick MailChimp, and then you're going to come here to form, and it's got 5 different options for forms. So the box theme, that's another boxed one, and that's a boxed one. So we'll go ahead and pick theme 4, and you can style your form. So subscribe for free updates is what it currently says, and then enter your email address, get instant access. That goes here. Subtitle, you can play with the font and the size. You can pick the background color and border color, but I like how it looks, so we'll leave it as is, and you can hit save changes. And then we'll go down here to form options. You can choose to hide the title, subtitle. You can hide disclaimer, which is we respect your privacy. We'll leave all those unchecked though. Functionality, you can open the form in a new window if you'd like. And form placement, after every blog post it'll insert this form for you, so they get done reading your blog posts. You can put it after the first or second paragraph in a blog post if you'd rather have it there, or you can choose not to display it at all. You can put it after the end of a page, or same thing, don't display or pick a paragraph. So we're wrapping up 40 minutes here. We got about 20 minutes left inside our hour here of our tutorial. So here you're going to find the shortcode. So you're going to grab this, or you can memorize it. A bracket, opt-in form, bracket. So Control C, and you can go ahead and hit Save Changes if you'd like. So now that we've copied that, we're going to go back up here, and you're going to need another text box so that you can paste your code into it. So we'll paste that shortcode in there, and you got to hit save. And we'll come back out here. So now we should have an opt-in subscriber form. So there it is. We've got our opt-in box here, and if you don't like the look of things, you might be able to adjust some settings in your theme. Otherwise, I might go get a new theme if I'm not liking the design look of everything so far, with how I couldn't change this red menu, and then now I don't like how it's crunching up my sidebar to where stuff's not really fitting. So I might shop around for a new theme later. Alright, so that's that for the sidebar. Let's check out some of the other widgets in here. So you've already got the archives widget in here so that it gives a drop down. We'll do a drop down so they can surf by month when you have a bunch of blog posts over time. You could put a calendar in. You could put categories so they can search by category. So if I'm doing real estate, you know, I might have for buyers, for sellers, for investors, homes for sale. I might create some different real estate sales categories. You can insert pages. So if you want kind of like a menu in your sidebar, you can do a custom menu, or you can insert specific pages to your site so they can easily find those pages. You can do recent posts, which it's already got here, so you can set how many posts you want. So my 5 blog posts that are most recent will show up in the sidebar. You can do RSS, which I might do down here. That way people can, you're going to have to enter a URL feed, it looks like, which I'm not going to have set up right now. That way people can click your RSS and subscribe to receive updates. So anytime you post a new blog post, they're going to get an email update and be able to check that out. So that's what RSS does. And then you've got the text widget, which is, you can put text, images, codes, anything in there. So it's arbitrary text, or you can use Hotmail code in a text box. And then these are ones that came with my theme, so I can put a Facebook like box. So if you want to go to plugins, add new, and you can, you know, download a Facebook like box so that people can like your Facebook page. That's an idea. We're going to go ahead and get a social media widget. So type in social media, and we'll do social media widget by Accurix. There's tons of them though, so you can check these all out. They're all going to look different. Sometimes you can hit more details, and it'll pop this window open, and you can go to screenshots, and it'll kind of show you kind of how to set up the plugin. And you can see, you know, here's what the social media share buttons will look like. And then they're going to give you, you know, some shortcodes and URLs to put them on your web pages as well. If you don't want them strictly in your sidebar, you can also put them on your blog posts. We got floating social media icons. If you want to have floating icons like I do here, you got this floating one, so as you scroll it kind of just floats along the page with you, so you can see how many people have tweeted or liked the page, and your followers can actually hit tweet and like if they want to like or share this page. Alright, let's see here. So we'll go ahead and add this one, social media widget by Accurix. And we'll hit activate plugin. So now that's activated, so we can come back in here to widgets and refresh this page, and it'll show up. So right here, Accurix social media widget. So maybe I'll pop that in underneath my email subscription list. And title, we'll give it connect with me. You can pick icon size, so we'll leave it 32 pixel by 32 pixel. Theme, we'll go with theme 4. You can't really see them, so you're going to have to just try them out. Otherwise, you can go into the settings, so social media widget settings, and I'm sure it's got all the theme options in there so you can visually see what each one is and know which one to pick. I happen to know what theme 4 looks like because I've used this plugin before, so that's the one I'm going to go with. And we'll align it left, and we'll hit save. So we'll go ahead and check out how that looks now. Get rid of some of these that we don't need anymore. Alright, so here we go. Now we've got our social media buttons, and those look kind of small, so let's try to make them a little bigger and see what that'll look like. So we'll go up to the max size, 55 by 55. Alright, so that's much better. So now they've got different social medias they can click on. They'll click on the Facebook one. You're going to have to enter it in the settings. You're going to have to type in your URLs in the settings. So I've already typed in under 30 wealth because I've had this plugin before. So it's going to take them to the Facebook page. It's going to link out to your Twitter and your YouTube account. So they can come here to your YouTube page and see your videos or hit subscribe. So that's cool. So now we've got a sidebar. We showed you how to do a clickable image. We got you an email opt-in form, and we got you some social media. And then all your recent posts are going to show up here in the recent posts, archives, and categories widgets. And then they got a search widget. You also have a footer down here where they can click different stuff. So you might be able to customize your footer over here in the footer widget area. You can add in widgets, so you might like do a custom menu, and you can pick menu 1. So we'll hit refresh and see what that looks like. So down here now you have your menu in the footer. You can put images, links, whatever, however creative you want to get. Alright, so let's go ahead and do some more plugins now. Let's see what time we're at. We're at 47 minutes, so we got about 5 minutes to do some plugins that I recommend. So go back here to add new. Open up this page to resources and scroll to where I have plugins. So Ask-A-Met, that's going to come with your website automatically. You're also going to want to put Pretty Link Lite and the SumoMe plugin. So those can be our first 2 plugins that we do. So Pretty Link Lite. Pretty Link Lite is going to clean up your links. So if you've got ugly links that follow your URL domain name, like right here, for example, foypropertygroup.com, wp-admin-update.php ? Action. So you see how ugly this is. You can clean all this up. You can control copy this link, and you can paste it into the target URL, and then that way the link knows where it's going to, and then you put in your own custom extension to the URL so you can clean it up. So that's one thing I'll go ahead and show you real quick. So you'd go to add new link, and we'll take this, for example, this ugly URL, and we'll paste it here in target URL, and then here you can clean it up and you can say add new link or whatever you want, add link. So now if we were to actually publish this and then we typed in this link, www.foypropertygroup.com/add link, it would bring me to this page, since that's where my target URL is. And then you give it a title for your own purposes so you can see it in the dashboard. So that's Pretty Link Lite. It's good for cleaning up links and making it easy for you to remember. Next we'll do SumoMe. That's got a lot of cool features. A lot of tools to grow your blog and email list. It's got heat maps so that you can see like where people are clicking on your website. Alright, so what are some other ones? We'll do W3 total catch. That'll speed up how quickly the browsers load, and that way it remembers the catch in the browser, so next time they come to a page it has quick load feature. So you got to go back to add new. So now that we've downloaded SumoMe, it's kind of blocking me. I can't click around it. So I'm going to have to go back here into plugins and deactivate it looks like, because I don't know how to get this off my screen. I don't want to set anything up right now. So we'll deactivate it. So now that that's gone, we'll be able to function normal again. So let's see here. What were we going to download? The W3 catch. So install W3 total catch. Hit activate. So that way your web pages will load quicker and people won't get frustrated with a slow load time. Alright, some additional ones. We're going to want broken link checker. And that's going to, anytime you have links on your website, if one of them, the URL for that website goes down, like if you're linking out to other websites, or something happens with like a YouTube video that gets taken down or something that you were linking to, it'll notify you that the link's broken and that it will no longer work if somebody clicks on it. We already did the archive plugin. You can do a coming soon CC. So anytime you need to work on your website and take it down and you don't want like people to come to it, you can put it on coming soon mode so that it will show a coming soon page that you custom create and let people know, hey, my website's undergoing maintenance, it'll be back shortly. And we did contact form 7 already, so we can do dig next. Dig's going to be this floating social bar here that I have on my Under 30 Wealth site. So go ahead and install that as well. So I'm opening these in a new tab so that it's quicker. So I'll go ahead and come back to each of them and hit activate. So now we've activated all these plugins, so we can exit out. Alright, after dig, you're going to want Google Analytics by Yoast. That way you can track your Google Analytics stats as far as who's coming to your website and from where and how many page views and bounce rate. So you're going to need a Google Analytics account and you're going to need a Google Webmaster Tools account, which I've linked to in the resources page here. Google Analytics, Google Webmaster Tools, and then Clicky is another analytics tool that's free to use. It's just like Google Analytics, but it shows a lot more detailed statistics. That's an actual like website you're gonna have to create an account for. It's not a plugin. So Google Analytics by Yoast, we'll go ahead and activate that one and exit out of it. Okay, so next we're gonna want SEO by Yoast. Yoast also does an SEO plugin, which is awesome. It basically will show you anything you need to correct on your blog post to optimize it for Google searches. So if somebody's searching luxury homes and I wrote a blog post about luxury homes, my keyword that I pick for the SEO would be luxury or luxury homes. So anytime somebody types that into Google, hopefully my web page is optimized for the search engine so that it shows up first in Google and then that traffic comes to my web page instead of somebody else's, so I get that traffic. So I'll go ahead and create a blog post in a minute and show you more on that. And we've done Pretty Link Lite. We've already done an opt-in form. You can do Velvet Blues update URL. And what that's going to do is anytime you need to update a link, let's say you link out to YouTube several times on your website on different pages, and now you want to change that YouTube link, you can update it with this plugin so that it'll go through. You type in the new URL that you want, and it'll update every link that originally was the old link. That way you don't have to manually go find every link that you linked out to that YouTube page or video or whatever. It saves you a lot of time by just updating them all for you. Alright, so let's go ahead and create our first blog post. We've done, let's see here, as far as going down the side panel, we showed you what the dashboard was here. We've got Analytics by Yoast, so we can see our Google Analytics from our WordPress dashboard. We're going to create a new post here in a second. We're going to create our first blog post. We've uploaded images. You can do that here, or you can just do it while you're in your web page or post by hitting that Add Media button like we did earlier. We've created pages. We've talked about comments. We created a contact form and an opt-in form, and I've showed you how to install plugins. I've showed you how you can add new users and how there's different tools. So like I mentioned, sometimes you're going to get different plugins that show up in this. If you can't find them under settings, you're going to find them under tools. So update URLs and broken links, those two plugins we downloaded are right here. Settings, we did general settings, we did your reading settings, and we did, the link checker. These are some of our plugins that we've done. And then additional plugins will show up here in your sidebar. So let's go ahead and create a new post. So we'll give it a post title. Now I've pre-written out some posts in Word, or I use Evernote sometimes. So orientation of your home. I'm going to go ahead and copy this blog post that I've written out. So we'll paste that in, and then the orientation of your home matters. So this talks about, how the sun hits your house. It's something homeowners look at when they go to purchase a home, because that's going to affect how lighting comes into their home. So during the daytime, certain parts of their homes are going to get natural sunlighting coming in through the windows. So type in the title, type in your text here. I showed you how to do headers if you want to, break up your post into different topics. You can insert headers, and you can add media, so we can give it a picture. We can add a new featured image so that it shows up with the blog post. So we'll do, let's see here, orientation of your home. I don't have any home pictures there. We'll go in here to real estate. So we'll upload this picture of the mansion. And we'll put in some alt text called orientation of home. That way it's it matches the title, because down here in Yoast SEO, I'll get to in a second. So we got a featured image. We can insert tags. So we'll call this, home tips. We'll make that a tag. So anybody that searches the tags can find posts under home tips. Category, we'll add a new one called home tips. And that's check marked. And format, you just leave it as is on standard. You can hit save draft if you are not ready to publish yet. And we'll go down here to the content analysis. So here's the Yoast SEO plugin we downloaded. So we see what it's going to look like on Google. Orientation of your home matters, Foy property group, and then the URL. And that's our permalink we set earlier in our settings, so it gives the post title as the extension of the URL. And then meta description. You can put in a custom meta description if you like. Otherwise, it'll just take, the start of my post here. So have you ever considered the orientation of a home? Have you ever considered the orientation of a home? So it grabs that from your post. Focus keyword will be orientation. So it's going to show us all the things we did right and wrong. So we have one wrong. No meta description's been specified. Search engines will display copy from the page instead. So we'll go ahead and just put a meta description in. The orientation of your home is very important. So now we have a meta description, so that goes away, and that comes down here and lights up green. So you can go through here and see what each one says. 220 or 247 words is below the 300 word recommended minimum. So we're going to need to add more words to our post to make it longer so that it hits the 300 word post. So by doing all these, you're optimizing your blog post according to how Google is going to help rank it higher in the Google searches. And then go ahead and hit publish your post. Alright, we're coming up on 1 hour exactly. We started off our video with some explanation, so we probably have a few more minutes since we officially started working on our website. So here we go to the home page. It's set up to show your newest blog posts, so that's what's going to go here. So as you add more blog posts, your home page will fill up with a feed full of blog posts, and then now it comes here in recent posts and archives. And now we created a category called Home Tips. So that wraps up the tutorial of how to create a WordPress website in an hour. As you can see, our timer here, we're at 1 hour and 36 seconds. So we reviewing everything we did today. So we started off by going to the resources page, and we clicked here on Bluehost to get taken to the hosting to buy hosting, and you went and signed up for a Bluehost account, and then that took you to your Bluehost dashboard where you installed WordPress, and you wrote down your password for your Bluehost account as well as the password they gave you for logging in your WordPress, so you have two different passwords. To log into your WordPress, it's typically just your email address, which it gave you, so you should have your login information. And then once you're logged in to your dashboard, that's where we went ahead and created pages, and we made that menu. And along with the menu, we wrote a blog post, and we showed you all the different plugins you could purchase. So we got these different menu pages we created the menu, we wrote the blog post, we built a sidebar today, showed you how to do a clickable image, we put in an email opt-in form, and we put in some social media and that link out to your social media. So, and then we created the footer. So overall, this is a 1 hour tutorial showing you how you can quickly get a website started. It's not very hard. A lot of people have a stigma about websites, thinking they're complicated, but as you can see, WordPress is really easy to operate. You just have to click on the different things in your dashboard and see what each of them does and get used to it. So after watching this 1 hour tutorial, I feel like you're probably pretty confident and you can go ahead and start your website if you haven't. So head over to my resources page for any additional help that you need. As I mentioned, I've got a tutorial here on how to start a blog, which will pretty much be similar to this video, except it's just going to walk you through how to purchase hosting and install WordPress. Also, I recommend signing up for my newsletter, so you're going to get additional tips on being an entrepreneur and building passive income so that you can replace your job income someday and no longer have to work for wages. Instead, you can let your passive income supplement your living expenses. As far as this page, I've got all the stuff for WordPress, but I also show you, video equipment if you want to record videos like I'm doing to create products or do tutorials on whatever your online business is. And then I've got different editing softwares, audio equipment if you want to do recordings or podcasts, photo editing if you're trying to edit photos to put on your website. I also have personal development and video training personal development, so you can learn from these sites. You can find courses on things. So overall, thanks for watching today's tutorial on how to create a website in under an hour. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more weekly videos and tips.